assembly plants are facing unemployment and layoffs once again, with a production shutdown that's been going on for weeks.
The automotive world has been turned upside down, and Ford is the reason why. In a shocking and unprecedented move, Ford has decided to shut down its entire network of dealerships, a decision that has left the industry reeling and everyone asking, what just happened? For over a century, Ford's dealerships have been the cornerstone of its success, a trusted place for customers to buy, service, and connect with the brand. But now, Ford is ditching tradition and embracing a bold, direct-to-consumer model that could either be a game changer or a catastrophic blunder. Is this Ford's genius plan to lead the future of car sales, or a desperate gamble that might backfire spectacularly? Buckle up, because this is one wild ride you don't want to miss. Ford shuts down dealerships, the industry shocker. Ford has just pulled a move so audacious that it's left everyone, from competitors to car enthusiasts, stunned. In a complete shakeup, Ford's CEO Jim Farley announced the closure of all Ford dealerships across the United States. This isn't just a shift in strategy, it's a seismic change that could either make or break the company. But now, Ford is throwing all that away. The big question is, why? What's the reason behind such a drastic decision? And how will this affect the thousands of employees and customers who depend on these dealerships? The move raises more questions than it answers, and we're here to dig deep into the controversy surrounding this decision. Is this Ford's desperate bid to stay relevant, or is it a visionary move that will change the car buying experience forever? Ford's financial struggles. Let's not sugarcoat it. Ford has been in trouble for a while. Despite a small increase in wholesale volumes by 3% in the second quarter of 2024, the company's overall financial health remains shaky. Revenue might have ticked up by 7%, reaching a substantial $26.7 billion. But that's where the good news ends. The reality is, Ford's growth isn't matching the expectations of today's consumers. Ford's electric vehicle, EV division, Model E, is where things get really messy. The company has poured billions of dollars into this segment, betting big on the future of electric cars. Yet, instead of reaping the rewards, Ford reported a colossal operating loss of $1.1 billion in the second quarter alone. Even worse, the company is losing $36,000 on every electric vehicle sold. This isn't just a setback, it's a financial disaster that's left industry analysts baffled. So what went wrong? How did Ford find itself in this financial quagmire? One major issue is Ford's inability to compete with more established players like Tesla. Tesla's aggressive pricing strategy and streamlined manufacturing process have given them a massive edge in the EV market, leaving Ford playing catch-up. The irony here is that while Tesla continues to profit from its electric vehicles, Ford is bleeding money. The financial troubles don't stop with electric vehicles. Ford's overall profitability has been hit hard by increased warranty reserves and recurring quality control issues. The company has had to deal with over 20 major recalls in 2023 alone, affecting hundreds of thousands of vehicles due to problems like engine failures and safety defects. This has not only drained Ford's resources, but has also eroded consumer confidence in the brand. Is Ford's push into the electric vehicle market a smart long-term investment, or is it a costly gamble that could bankrupt the company? And how can Ford regain the trust of its customers after so many quality mishaps? The death of traditional dealerships? The automotive industry is changing faster than ever before, and it seems Ford is struggling to keep up. For decades, the traditional dealership model has been the foundation of the car buying experience. Customers would visit showrooms, test drive cars, and negotiate prices face-to-face with sales representatives. But that model is becoming outdated in the age of digital convenience. The rise of online car shopping has fundamentally altered consumer behavior. More and more buyers are opting to research, compare, and even purchase vehicles online. In fact, a recent survey revealed that a majority of car buyers under 40 prefer completing their entire purchase process from the comfort of their homes. The hassle of negotiating prices at dealerships, coupled with the pressure tactics often employed by salespeople, has made the traditional car buying experience less appealing. This shift towards online shopping didn't happen overnight. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the trend as lockdowns and social distancing measures forced many dealerships to close temporarily. During this period, consumers got used to the convenience of online car shopping, and they aren't eager to go back to the old ways. Ford's decision to shut down its dealership network can be seen as a response to this shift in market trends. Instead of maintaining a costly network of physical showrooms, Ford is betting big on a direct-to-consumer sales model similar to what Tesla has successfully implemented. This model allows customers to buy directly from the company's website, cutting out the middleman and streamlining the buying process. But here's the twist. By abandoning the dealership model, Ford is also giving up a key element of its brand identity. For many customers, the local dealership isn't just a place to buy a car, it's a trusted partner that provides ongoing service and support. Will consumers be willing to embrace a fully digital car buying experience? Or will they miss the personal touch that dealerships offer? Interview with industry experts. To get a better understanding of Ford's controversial move, we spoke with several industry experts who offered their take on the situation. Renowned automotive analyst Mary Barra didn't mince words. This is a high-risk strategy from Ford. Closing all their dealerships is like burning the bridge behind them. They're betting everything on the success of online sales, but if it doesn't work, they won't have a safety net. In contrast, Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, couldn't resist taking a jab at Ford's decision. In a recent interview, Musk said, "Ford is finally realizing what we've known for years. The future of car sales is online. The dealership model is a relic of the past. It's about time they caught up." But not everyone is convinced. John Murphy, an analyst from Bank of America, cautioned, Ford is playing a dangerous game. While the online sales model works for a niche player like Tesla, Ford has a much larger and more diverse customer base. Many of these buyers are not comfortable with making such a significant purchase online without the ability to physically see and test the vehicle first. This split in expert opinion highlights the high stakes of Ford's decision. If it works, Ford could revolutionize the car buying experience and set a new industry standard. But if it fails, the company could face a catastrophic loss of market share and brand loyalty. How do you think this will play out? Will Ford's risky bet pay off, or will it backfire spectacularly? Ford's EV gamble, a desperate bid, or the future of automobiles? The automotive world is buzzing with Ford's all-in bet on electric vehicles, EVs. The iconic American car maker, known for its gas-guzzling trucks and SUVs, is now putting its chips on the table for a greener, battery-powered future. But here's the problem. Ford's EV strategy has been nothing short of chaotic. Despite pouring billions into developing its electric lineup, the company has faced multiple setbacks, including disappointing sales and colossal financial losses. In the second quarter of 2024, Ford's Model E division, focused solely on electric vehicles, posted a staggering loss of $1.1 billion. Let that sink in for a moment. Ford is losing over $36,000 on every electric car it sells. This isn't just a minor hiccup, it's a financial catastrophe that's raising eyebrows across the industry. How did Ford end up in this mess? Especially when rivals like Tesla are making a killing in the same market. The issue boils down to several factors, but one of the biggest problems is pricing. Ford's electric vehicles are priced significantly higher than many of their competitors. For example, the base model of the Chevy Bolt costs just $26,500, making it an affordable choice for consumers. In comparison, Ford's Mustang Mach-E starts at a hefty $45,000, putting it out of reach for many buyers. Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, didn't miss the chance to comment on Ford's struggles. In a cheeky tweet, he remarked, "It's not surprising that Ford is losing money on their EVs. They're trying to sell a premium product without the premium experience." While Musk's comment might sound like typical rivalry banter, it highlights a crucial issue. Ford is struggling to position its electric vehicles in a market dominated by Tesla's innovation and competitive pricing. But here's the twist. Ford isn't backing down. The company has doubled down on its electric vehicle investments, announcing plans to increase production and expand its EV lineup. Is this a smart move? Or is Ford digging itself into a deeper financial hole? Ford's direct-to-consumer gamble. Ford's decision to shut down its entire dealership network isn't just a cost-cutting measure, it's a radical pivot towards a direct-to-consumer sales model. This shift is reminiscent of Tesla's strategy, where the company sells cars directly to buyers online, bypassing traditional dealerships altogether. By eliminating dealerships, Ford aims to streamline the buying process, reduce overhead costs, and offer a more seamless customer experience. But here's the catch. This move could backfire spectacularly. Dealerships have been the backbone of Ford's sales strategy for over a century. They're not just sales points, they're local hubs where customers can test drive cars, get their vehicles serviced, and build relationships with knowledgeable staff. By abandoning this model, Ford is taking a massive risk. The direct-to-consumer approach might work for Tesla, which has built its brand around a high-tech minimalist sales experience, but Ford's customer base is much more diverse. In an interview with CNBC, John Murphy, an automotive analyst from Bank of America, shared his skepticism. Tesla's model works because it caters to a niche market that's comfortable with online transactions and direct purchases. Ford's typical customer, especially those buying trucks and SUVs, prefers the traditional dealership experience. It's a gamble, and I'm not sure it will pay off. There's also the issue of servicing and repairs. Ford's decision to close dealerships leaves a gaping hole in its service infrastructure. Unlike Tesla, which has a network of service centers dedicated to handling repairs and maintenance, Ford relied heavily on its dealerships for this purpose. Now, customers are left wondering where they'll go for routine maintenance or emergency repairs. Will Ford set up new service centers, or will it expect customers to fend for themselves at independent repair shops? These unanswered questions have left many consumers and industry experts skeptical about Ford's new strategy. Is this direct-to-consumer approach a bold vision for the future, or a desperate attempt to cut costs at the expense of customer satisfaction? Is Ford sacrificing reliability for innovation? As Ford dives headfirst into the electric vehicle market and shuts down its dealerships, there's another looming issue that could derail its plans: quality control. Over the past few years, Ford's reputation for building reliable cars has taken a nosedive. The company has faced a barrage of recalls, affecting hundreds of thousands of vehicles due to serious issues like engine failures, faulty transmissions, and even safety defects. In 2023 alone, Ford issued over 20 major recalls, shaking consumer confidence in the brand. According to the American Customer Satisfaction Index, Ford's satisfaction score was a dismal 77 out of 100 in 2024. While that's a slight improvement from previous years, it still falls well behind industry leaders like Toyota and Honda, which consistently score above 80. What's going on with Ford's quality control? One theory is that the company's aggressive push into electric vehicles and new technologies has led to a decline in overall product quality. In an attempt to keep up with Tesla and other competitors, Ford has rushed to market with new features and innovations, often without adequate testing. The result? Vehicles that are packed with high-tech gadgets but plagued by reliability issues. This has been especially problematic for Ford's electric vehicle lineup. Many customers have reported issues with the battery systems, ranging from reduced range to complete failures. In one high-profile incident, a batch of Mustang Mach-E models was recalled due to a software glitch that caused the car to lose power unexpectedly. These kinds of problems aren't just embarrassing, they're costly. Every recall costs Ford millions of dollars in repairs and damages, not to mention the hit to its brand reputation. But here's the kicker: despite these quality concerns, Ford is pushing ahead with its ambitious plans. The company has promised to address the issues and improve its quality control processes, but the damage may already be done. A recent survey found that a whopping 42% of potential Ford buyers were hesitant to purchase a Ford vehicle because of reliability concerns. That's a huge problem for a company that's trying to convince people to switch to its new electric models. Industry expert Mary Barra didn't hold back in her assessment. Ford is playing a dangerous game, she said in a recent interview. They're prioritizing innovation over reliability, and it's backfiring. Consumers want new technology, but they also want a car they can depend on. Ford needs to find a better balance if they want to succeed. So is Ford sacrificing quality for the sake of innovation? And can they fix these problems before it's too late? Is Ford's digital bet a stroke of genius or a grave mistake? Ford's decision to shut down its dealerships and move entirely to online sales isn't just a radical shift, it's a gamble that could reshape the entire automotive industry. For decades, car buying was synonymous with visiting dealerships, negotiating with salespeople, and test driving vehicles. But those days might be over. Ford's pivot to a direct-to-consumer, online-only model marks a clear break from tradition, and it's a move that has divided industry experts and consumers alike. Why is Ford making this drastic change now? The answer lies in the shifting landscape of consumer behavior. In recent years, online shopping has exploded, and the COVID-19 pandemic only accelerated this trend. Consumers have become accustomed to buying everything from groceries to high-end electronics with a few clicks on their smartphones. Car buying, once seen as too big and too personal for an online transaction, is now becoming just another item on the digital shopping list. Ford believes that by eliminating dealerships, it can offer a streamlined, hassle-free buying experience that caters to modern consumer preferences. The idea is simple. Visit the Ford website, choose your car, customize it with your preferred features, and complete the purchase, all without stepping foot in a dealership. But here's where things get tricky. Buying a car isn't the same as buying a new pair of shoes. For many consumers, the process is daunting and involves a significant financial commitment. They want to see, touch, and test drive the vehicle before making a decision. Renowned auto industry analyst Dan Ives expressed his skepticism. Ford is making a risky bet by going all in on online sales. While digital convenience is appealing, the reality is that many buyers still want the physical experience of a dealership visit. Ford could be alienating a large segment of its traditional customer base. So is this shift a brilliant strategy that will set Ford apart from its competitors, or a massive miscalculation that will leave loyal customers feeling abandoned? Ford's customer backlash. One of the biggest criticisms of Ford's new strategy is the loss of the personal touch that comes with a traditional dealership experience. Ford's dealerships weren't just places to buy cars. They were local institutions where customers could get personalized advice, service, and support. The friendly salesperson who remembered your name, the mechanic who knew your vehicle's history. These interactions built trust and loyalty over time. By closing its dealerships, Ford risks losing this vital connection with its customers. This is already becoming a source of frustration for many loyal Ford buyers. A recent survey revealed that nearly 60% of respondents said they would miss the dealership experience if forced to buy their next vehicle entirely online. For these customers, the dealership isn't just a place to purchase a car. It's a trusted partner that provides ongoing maintenance, repairs, and even advice on when to trade in for a new model. In an interview, longtime Ford customer Mark Stevens voiced his concerns. "I've been buying Ford trucks for 20 years, and I've always relied on my local dealer for everything from routine service to special orders. Now they're telling me I have to buy online and go to some random shop for repairs. It feels like they don't care about their loyal customers anymore." This backlash is a huge risk for Ford. The company's brand has been built on decades of customer loyalty and strong relationships nurtured by its dealership network. By abandoning this model, Ford may be putting its reputation on the line. Is the promise of a seamless online experience enough to replace the human touch that customers have come to expect? Ford's CEO Jim Farley, however, remains optimistic. In a recent press release, he stated, "We understand that this is a big change, but we believe it's the right move for the future of the company. Our goal is to create a new, modern car buying experience that's convenient, transparent, and puts the customer in control." But will customers buy into this vision, or will they turn to other automakers who still offer the traditional dealership experience? Impact on the broader automotive ecosystem. Ford's decision to close its dealerships doesn't just affect Ford, it sends shockwaves through the entire automotive ecosystem. Dealerships have long been a vital part of the car industry, providing not only sales and service, but also acting as significant economic hubs in local communities. By eliminating this network, Ford is creating a domino effect that's likely to impact a wide range of related businesses and industries. Let's start with the most obvious consequence: job losses. Ford's dealership closures will result in thousands of employees losing their jobs, from sales staff to service technicians to administrative personnel. These are people who have built their careers around Ford's dealership model, and now they're left scrambling to find new employment. The economic ripple effect could be devastating, particularly in smaller towns where Ford dealerships often serve as major employers. But the impact doesn't stop there. Many businesses rely on the presence of car dealerships for their livelihood. Parts suppliers, repair shops, and even local advertising agencies could see a sharp decline in business as a result of Ford's decision. Consider the example of AutoZone, a major supplier of car parts that relies heavily on orders from dealerships for replacement parts and repairs. With fewer dealerships in operation, demand for these parts could plummet, leading to significant financial losses for suppliers. John McNeil, CEO of a major parts distributor, shared his concerns. Ford's decision to close its dealerships is a direct hit to the entire supply chain. We're already feeling the pressure as orders from Ford dealers have slowed down dramatically. It's not just about selling cars, it's about supporting a whole network of businesses that depend on the traditional dealership model. Then there's the impact on local economies. In many rural and suburban areas, car dealerships are key contributors to the local tax base. They generate significant sales tax revenue and often sponsor community events and charities. The closure of these dealerships could lead to reduced tax income for local governments, resulting in budget cuts for essential services like schools, public safety, and infrastructure. Ford's move has also raised alarm among state and local officials who rely on dealership-generated taxes. In a statement, the mayor of a small Midwestern town that hosts a prominent Ford dealership expressed his frustration. "This decision is devastating for our community. We're not just losing a business, we're losing a vital part of our local economy. It's going to hurt families, local suppliers, and even our public services." Will Ford's radical shift force other automakers to follow suit, creating a wave of dealership closures across the country? Or will it serve as a cautionary tale demonstrating the dangers of abandoning a proven business model in favor of untested digital strategies? Ford's strategy, innovation, or desperation? Ford's decision to go all in with an online-only direct-to-consumer model isn't just about embracing digital innovation. It's also a move driven by desperation. As the company battles financial losses and declining sales, this shift appears to be a last-ditch effort to regain relevance in an industry undergoing a massive transformation. The bold decision to close every dealership signals that Ford is ready to disrupt itself rather than be disrupted by market forces. The traditional dealership model has served Ford well for over a century, acting as the primary channel for sales, service, and customer engagement. So why dismantle a system that has worked for decades? The answer lies in Ford's struggle to adapt to new market realities. The company has faced increasing pressure from investors to cut costs and boost profitability, especially as the shift to electric vehicles has drained its resources. Jim Farley, Ford's CEO, insists that this is a forward-looking move. "We're not abandoning our customers," Farley said in a recent interview. "We're evolving to meet their needs in a digital age. The automotive industry is changing rapidly, and we need to change with it if we want to stay competitive." But many critics see it differently. Some industry analysts argue that Ford is simply trying to emulate Tesla's successful direct sales model without understanding the nuances that make it work. Tesla built its entire brand on a digital-first experience, catering to tech-savvy consumers who were comfortable buying cars online. Ford, on the other hand, has a much broader and more traditional customer base that may not be ready for such a drastic change. Is Ford's new strategy a genuine attempt at innovation, or is it a desperate gamble by a company struggling to keep its head above water? And can they successfully pull off this digital transformation without alienating their core customers? The future of service and maintenance. One of the biggest concerns with Ford's decision to close its dealerships is the impact on vehicle service and maintenance. For years, Ford dealerships have been the go-to places for customers seeking repairs, routine maintenance, and specialized services. By shutting down this network, Ford risks leaving a huge gap in its service infrastructure. How will they handle the needs of millions of car owners who require ongoing support for their vehicles? The company has hinted at plans to partner with independent repair shops and set up a network of authorized service centers. However, this approach is fraught with challenges. Independent shops may lack the specialized training and equipment needed to handle complex repairs, especially for newer electric vehicles with advanced technology. This could lead to longer wait times, higher costs, and potentially lower quality of service. In an interview with Automotive News, John Smith, owner of a leading repair shop chain, voiced his skepticism. Ford's decision to close its dealerships is going to put a lot of pressure on independent shops like ours. We're already stretched thin, and we don't have the resources to handle the influx of Ford customers who are going to need service. It's a recipe for disaster. Ford's electric vehicles, in particular, pose a unique challenge. EVs require specialized knowledge for battery repairs and software updates, services that are typically handled by trained technicians at dealerships. Without this infrastructure, customers may struggle to find reliable service options, which could damage Ford's reputation in the long run. Moreover, the lack of a dealership network could affect vehicle recalls and warranty services. In the past, dealerships played a critical role in handling recalls efficiently, ensuring that affected vehicles were repaired promptly. With the dealership network gone, Ford will need to find new ways to manage these recalls or risk facing serious backlash from frustrated customers. How will Ford ensure a seamless service experience for its customers without the support of its dealerships? And can independent repair shops fill the void left by the closure of Ford's extensive service network? A new era or a warning sign? Ford's decision to close its dealerships and embrace a direct-to-consumer model has sent shockwaves through the automotive industry. Competitors, analysts, and even lawmakers are paying close attention, as this move could signal the beginning of a new era in car sales, or serve as a cautionary tale for other automakers considering a similar approach. General Motors, GM, one of Ford's biggest rivals, has already begun evaluating its own dealership strategy in response to Ford's bold move. In a recent statement, GM's CEO, Mary Barra, said, "We're watching Ford's transition closely. The automotive landscape is changing rapidly, and we need to be prepared to adapt. However, we believe in the value of our dealership network and the personal service it provides to our customers." It's not just the automakers who are reacting, state governments are also stepping in. Many states have franchise laws that protect dealerships from being bypassed by car manufacturers, and Ford's decision could lead to legal battles. In states like Texas and Michigan, where dealership associations have a strong presence, legal challenges are almost guaranteed. These associations argue that Ford's direct-to-consumer model violates existing franchise agreements and could disrupt local economies. Bill Tucker, a spokesperson for the National Automobile Dealers Association, didn't hold back his criticism. Ford's decision is reckless and short-sighted. Dealerships have been the backbone of the automotive industry for decades, providing jobs, local economic support, and reliable service for customers. Ford is throwing all of that away in a misguided attempt to mimic Tesla. On the other hand, tech enthusiasts and some industry experts are applauding Ford's move as a necessary step towards modernization. They argued that the traditional dealership model is outdated and inefficient, and that a streamlined, digital-first approach is the future of car sales. This is a bold move by Ford, and it's about time, said Alex Johnson, a well-known tech analyst. Consumers want transparency and convenience, and Ford is finally giving it to them. So, what does this mean for the future of the automotive industry? Will we see other traditional car makers following in Ford's footsteps? Or will this experiment end in failure, forcing Ford to backtrack on its decision? Ford's decision to close its dealerships and shift to an online-only, direct-to-consumer model is a monumental change that could reshape the automotive industry as we know it. It's a high-stakes gamble that has divided experts and left consumers with more questions than answers. Will Ford's risky bet pay off, or will it end in disaster? Only time will tell. What do you think? Is Ford's move a sign of progress or a desperate attempt to stay relevant? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on this unfolding story.